Hello guys, S2W here again as your average consumer. Here with another review that caught my eyes from Adidas with more Boost technology added onto a new silhouette to its equipment performance line. These are the Adidas Equipment Support 9317 aka the EQT Support 9317 that I have here for a review. This model of the shoe is part of the Turbo Red pack that dropped along with like 12 other EQT shoes of the same color scheme. This shoe is really just a revamped and updated sneaker that commemorates the first form of the shoe that came out in 1993, hence the 93 in its name, and the 17 really just means the year that this new model was launched, 2017. So they upscaled this sneaker with a contemporary design along with Adidas' next level cushion technology, Boost material, and they rebuilt this EQT Support 93 model to a modernized and comfortable sneaker gem of 2017. So I was able to pick this pair up one day early from a sneaker boutique here in Toronto called Livestock, as they had a launch party here and allowed their guests a chance to purchase one of any pair from the Turbo Red pack before the night ended. So thank you to them for allowing me to buy a pair, as only Livestock and Adidas OG store and Adidas Canada Online have stock for this specific model. And like always, Adidas Canada Online only had 70 pairs compared to like 3,000 pairs online in the US. Now enough of the salt, let's take a closer look at these sneakers. I actually really love how they handle the shoe overall with its color scheme, and especially on the detailed design in spirit of the modern fashion trend. First, in my opinion, I think this silhouette works really well and balanced out with its peach pink, white, and blacks on the shoe. On the upper of the shoe, we will actually see several pieces of fabric forming the sneakers. Most dominantly, the upper is made out of a pixelated graphic knit spreading throughout the toe box to the midfoot area of the shoe. And wherever you see this pixelated knit, the feel and stretchiness of this reminds me exactly of Adidas' Prime Knit material. The resemblance is so very close, and I would go so far as to say they are most likely a variant of Adidas' Prime Knit. As we move upwards, you will see Adidas use flat black laces to tag along with the shoe, where at the front and between the first lace holes, a small EQT branding tag could be seen on both shoes as well. Looking at the lateral side, you will see parts of the pink heel cup at the back of the shoe, which eventually wraps around to the medial side. And then you can see here a black TPU support piece that offers up additional lace holes around the ankle. And finally, the staple design, the 3 stripes made from 3 straps holding the laces in place. On this same lateral side, you will see a mesh upper with perforations for that additional ventilation. This part of the knit is not stretchy at all, and by touch, it almost feels like the tougher toe box Prime Knit experience on the Yeezy V2s. On the medial side, you have a distinct peach pink TPU support piece stretching upwards instead. This piece also acts as additional lace holes for better fit lockdown if the wearer decides to thread through the laces into it. Looking at this side, you will notice the absence of the 3 stripes found on the lateral side earlier, but instead, Adidas decided to embroider repeating bright distinctive white stripe pattern at the toe box. Then comes a third piece of fabric to the upper. Adding a pinch of premium quality to the shoe, the medial side has a surprising patch of suede in between the aforementioned medial side elements. On the suede, you will see the words EQT Support embossed inwards for that extra branding. And for anyone who's out of the loop, Boost material is Adidas' top-of-the-line cushioning technology that supposedly gives you a supply of light and fast energy when you step on a surface, famous for its feeling of walking on clouds basically. Looking at the shape of the Boost material, you will see a very unique design where there is a certain shape and streamlined curve to it. On both sides of the shoe, you will see Adidas' 3 stripes growing out of the Boost material to offer some dimension and depth to the usually flat Boost material on other shoes. From a top view angle, you will see the Boost material actually extending a lot more beyond where our feet lies flat, especially the midfoot and back foot area. Which you can imagine how superb the cushioning already is when your feet is applying pressure to the center of the Boost, much like imagining the satisfaction when you squeeze the center of a marshmallow. No? It's just me? Okay. At the back of the sneaker, with our focus on the white part right here, the material is silky smooth. I'm kinda bad with my materials, but I think it has the same texture as neoprene. The back collar here lengthens upwards so it acts as a little pull tab for you to put on the shoes more easily. Inside the shoe, the fabric that surrounds the majority of the sneaker in the back is suede. A very nice design decision if you ask me, especially for those who don't like to wear socks, where your skin can feel the luxury of the smooth suede material. The shoes also come with a green non-removable Ortholite insole for the extra comfort and weight absorption while wearing your sneakers. This shoe does have a tongue called a burrito tongue, where it wraps around over our forefoot. something I'm not really used to, which I'll talk about at the end. On this tongue, we have a patch that gives the shoe its extra EQT branding. Something I have noticed in online pictures and the pair I have in front of me right now was the weird model number on this patch and insoles. It says 9117 instead of how Adidas has advertised as the 9317. Either the design team for the shoe has got the number wrong, or Adidas has messed up with their press release since day one. Let me know in the comments if you actually know what's up. Flipping over the shoe, you have a piece of thin rubber outsole webbed with multiple ovals and unique tread patterns up front and back of the sneakers, providing whatever the little extra traction it'll deliver. If you look closely to the openings, you can see some distinctive dots and line nibbles on the boost material, much like how it's on the boost material of the NMDs or Yeezy 350s. Anyways, here are some EQT Support 9317 fit footages. Fit wise, I personally bought them half size up from my true to size and they fit me nicely because I have wide feet. If you have narrow feet, I feel like you can go true to size, but much like the EQT Support ADVs, the toe box runs narrow, and even though it has a stretchy upper, the sides are mostly mesh and suede, so it's harder to stretch out with wear, I would assume. Price wise, they retailed at 230 Canadian before tax, $10 less than the new upscale pricing of the Ultra Boost here in Canada. Pricey, but comfort wise, I might have to jump the gun and say boost wise, these are as comfortable as the Ultra Boost and Pure Boost, and if not, better than them. They are softer on impact when you walk, and as you can tell, they didn't cheap out on the boost material on this sneaker. Probably one of the most balanced boost material I've seen so far on a shoe. You can literally feel the boost top to bottom on the sneaker, and I would even say more than the Ultra Boost. Look wise, they didn't keep the boost plain and flat like traditionally. They made the boost design more streamlined with actual shapes and curves. Plus, they extended the boost out beyond where our feet lies, so the majority of your feet is stepping not just on the boost, but within it essentially. I can't stress this enough, but this is not a running shoe. Because the boost material is much softer than the Ultra Boost, these are just great as casual walking shoes. Now the salmon pink color might throw some people off with this colorway, but to me, I really like sneakers with a sharp hint of contrast separating from the blacks and whites. It looks like a shoe done in a collab in my opinion. The only thing I would say I need to adjust to is the burrito tongue. Because it wraps around the forefoot from the medial side out to the lateral, you will feel some unbalanced tightness at first on each side. Not a huge problem, but something that needs to get accustomed to for a tongue design like this. If the whole upper was a one-piece prime knit, I think it would be an instant sellout to a wider range of people. If you lace through the TPU ankle pieces, it can give you the extra security and support around your ankles as well. And if you don't, you can always tuck the laces inside the shoe more easily accessible now with the burrito opening. I would highly recommend purchasing this specific sneaker model if you are a Boost fan, as it got the comfort and the looks in my opinion. As always, throw me some likes if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments if you dig these new variation of the EQT Support 93 2017. That's it for today, S2W signing off.